Oh, what's up, guys? I'm Shapel Lacey, and this is my new podcast, Chappelle's World. Chappelle's World is a music-based. Oh, I got claps. You guys fucked me up. I had a roll going. See, that's what happens when you're in Chappelle's World. You get yelled at. You can't be messing up shit in here. This is my world. Anyways, Chappelle's World, music-based podcast where I take deep dives into all things music and all of it. You know what I'm saying? So you guys get it. So that's all you need to know. All right? Peace. No, I love music so much that I want to talk about it all the time. It's the thing I feel the most connected to, and I just want to drop all my knowledge and everything I go out and discover and learn to everybody in the world. And then, so you'll see episodes of me by myself. You'll also see episodes where I have some awesome guests, okay? You can see guests such as Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. Let's see. You got me you'll see those guys on here, they'll be sitting right next to me and we'll be talking about, Michael Jackson's Bad tour. Like, Michael Jackson, what was that like? What was it like when you first did the moonwalk? You know what I mean? And he's going to tell us about it because that's what Chappelle's World is. And also, not only is it music just relates to my life so much. So you'll hear a lot of personal things that I talk about, but it all connects to music. And so my first guest today is Matt Helders from the Arctic Monkeys. Enjoy this episode. What's up, guys? This is my podcast, Chappelle's World, and today I have my first guest on the first episode, Mr. Matt Helders, everybody.
It's great to be here.
I was waiting for applause.
No,
from the back. Yeah, I know. Matt Helders, drummer for the Arctic Monkeys, is on my podcast right now. You were on my old podcast. You were my first guest on that one too. So now, listen, you're my go-to.
I'm quite happy to. Which if you ever start a cooking one, I'll do that as well. Like whatever subject, I'm ready.
No, it's awesome, dude. It's always good seeing you, though, man. Everything going good though?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, we were just talking. Because this is my music-based podcast. Yeah. Last time we talked a lot about anger. But now we're talking music. Yeah, we were talking about Queens of the Stone Age, man. You've been able to work with Josh Homme, and that is like, he's like a guitar king to me.
I was like a fan of Queens before I was in a band. So like,
you're a fan first?
Yeah, like I didn't start playing drums until I was like 16. So when I was like 15, I think is like when they were like we first started seeing them in England, like on like the videos and stuff.
Oh, because they come to.
And
it's
when
festivals.
like Dave Grohl was playing with them and all that, and I was just like, oh shit, that's like
that era, era of Queens of the Stone Age was like, just
I remember like watching MTV2 waiting for it to come on, and it was like a live at Glastonbury one, I think, with Dave Grohl, and it was
like, wow. I think they played during the day on that one.
Yeah.
Look at we know some stuff.
So then eventually getting around to actually work with him was like
how'd that come about?
I think it was we'd met a couple of times just on tour, and we opened for him once, just like a one-off show somewhere in America, I think, and then someone from our label like suggested it as just something different to do on like the third record, I think it was, just to like work with some, and he was like up for it.
Wait, he worked with you on the guest?
He produced like the third record.
I didn't know that.
Half of it. So before I did the Iggy stuff, he'd worked with like Arctic Monkeys. He'd made that record.
Oh, okay. So I thought initially the working with them was the thing you guys did with Iggy Pop.
Yeah, that was after. So by that time we were just like friends, and it was, still like a mad thing to be asked to do. Like I was in Whole Foods in Glendale. I don't know why that's important, but for me it is.
I love the detail. Detail is important
because it was just like so far removed from what the conversation was on the phone to what I was doing at the time.
Yeah,
like deciding how many bags I needed, and he's asking me if I want to play drums on this Iggy Pop record. He's like, we'll probably do it live as well, but first we need to make a record. He wants me to put a band together, and I want you to be the drummer.
Wow.
I was like, yeah.
That had to be...
all these groceries are on me. So I was just like, oh, that's weird.
That had to be a complete honor.
Yeah, amazing.
What's interesting about, like, when I think about the Arctic Monkeys, like, you guys have just been going.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have been pretty, like, nonstop. And just, you guys... bring out music in such an authentic way and consistent way, which is like hard for like bands to do. You know what I mean?
I think for us, if we hadn't have done like the second record so quickly after the first, we'd probably still be stuck in that like place.
Yeah.
Because that first one, it'd be easy to lose our heads and just like lean into that a bit more and just be like, this is it. We're going to like live off this record for a bit and do like the big shows and stuff. But we just didn't feel ready to do that either. Like at that time in England, we could have done like the arenas and stuff. And we were just like, we've got 40 minutes of music.
Yeah.
Like no one's going to want to pay all that money to watch us in this big place to play like for 40 minutes.
Yeah, because usually with those bigger arena
Like, you
shows,
have to
like
give 'em a
you're
bit
playing
more.
like an hour and a half set.
Yeah, I think so. And we just didn't feel like, I don't know, it felt weird, like out of our depth a little
But
bit.
like, I mean, because okay, one of my geek out moments with you guys. One of my favorite concerts to watch. I want to say it was 2006. You guys played Reading,
Oh, yeah.
the Reading Festival.
Yeah.
Did you guys headline that night?
No, I think
or
Muse. Yeah,
Muse
yeah,
headlined
before
that
Muse.
night. Look
Yeah.
at and but like you guys came out swinging.
Yeah.
And you guys only had your debut record
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
And you guys came out with this explosive set, and fans are like screaming
Yeah.
you guys' lyrics.
Well, that was like the first time we did Reading. We did like one of the tents, like the Radio 1 tent or whatever. And it was like the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing because we just.
That was the year before you did
yeah.
the tent? Okay.
So it's weird because like we went to Leeds when I was 16, went when we were 17, and played it when we were 18. And then obviously continued.
Wait,
to play
you
it.
went to as
Just
a fan? As a fan?
Because Leeds was close to Sheffield, so we used to go to Leeds, and Reading was like the London version, like the southern one. So yeah, we went 2 years in a row just as fans, and then ended up playing like the little tent, but like loads. It was like full, and we were like, oh shit, like what's happened?
Dude,
and, like,
people don't realize that doesn't happen. Like,
no, I mean we didn't realize either.
yeah, exactly. Like you didn't
like,
think you'd be playing, right before Muse.
No, exactly, and get to that point where we're just like, oh, now we're on main stage, and now we're like, and then the next year, now we're headlining it, and it did like grow like that.
Yeah,
which was a lot.
It's such a powerful set. What's my favorite thing about that set is what you wore.
Just full tracksuit, probably.
Yeah, full tracksuit.
Yeah.
Do you remember exactly
well,
what you?
I don't know if it was sky blue at Adidas
I wonder if
or
we can
something
pull
like.
it up.
I think it was probably 2006. Yeah.
2006.
Like
Reading.
I know. I remember. I like vaguely remember what I had on.
But what was so funny about while he's pulling it up, you wearing that tracksuit. First of all, it was dope. The color was dope. I think it was like some type of blue.
Yeah, I think
like,
it was
but
sky blue thing.
Like after the first song, I think you guys opened up with "I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor." You guys opened up with that, and right after that song, you took the jacket off.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, I'll go on, like, make the statement in the outfit. And the funny thing about that time in my life was like, it's when we first started getting free shit.
Yeah.
And like Adidas and give you.
Oh,
stuff.
that was someone gave you that.
Yeah, and like you'd like make different decisions just because it's free.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's camouflage. Cool,
You're like,
I'll wear it.
Damn, do they have a picture
That's
of
in
it?
my mouth. I don't know if it's like.
Reading.
It's probably like there's probably a video.
You probably
of it instead,
there's a video of it.
And,
if you type in Arctic Monkeys,
it looks like that era. I'm
Reading
I'm
Festival
sure it was like
2006.
some sky blue shit, and then.
And
But
then,
yeah, you make different decisions when people are giving you stuff. You just like.
Oh, I get
compromise.
I mean, since I'm not of your caliber, but since I've been doing and growing in comedy, people just send me.
Well, as soon
bunch
as
of
like
shit.
they see you wearing something, they're like, "Oh, wear this, and you can have more of it."
Yeah, and
like,
I'm sitting here wearing like these really fancy shoes, and I'm like, and they're like, $1,000. I'm like, what am I doing? But I mean, but I wear it because it's like.
I used to get like stuff for my dad and stuff. I'd be like
you just pass it on to people, yeah.
And then you what we do.
Look at him, yeah, there he is.
Oh yeah, there it is. It had something. I remember it had something embroidered on back. Like it was like a limited
it said something.
edition
I couldn't
thing.
read
I can't
it,
remember
but
what. Yeah.
What's insane is like, and I don't know if it's like this with like British bands, but when you guys you hit big.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like just like of the culture, like when they like a band, they like the band.
And I think there's
right.
The thing about England as well is like, only like in comparing it to here is that like there's a national radio station, like Radio 1 is everywhere. Like it's not like each city.
That's
or each
the
state.
Zane Lowe, right?
Yeah. So when someone plays something, like the whole country's listening. In a way, and it's obviously a lot smaller. So like you can like tour England a lot of times in a year. Like just keep going around. You can drive there and drive home. So it's quite easy to like get around and just like we'd still play like shows to like 5 people, like close to Sheffield, and just like keep doing it until there were more people.
Even with having
No,
A
I
song
mean
on the-
before
oh.
the rec. In fact, the day that Zane Lowe first played us on radio, we played to 6 people, and 2 of them were my mum and dad. And we were like in York, somewhere in York, which is like maybe like an hour from where we live.
Yeah.
So it was like a show, like somewhere, like a destination, and we were just like all in our manager's car listening. We knew we were going to play it, and we were listening to it, and we were like buzzing, and we went inside, and we was like, whoa. Shit.
You're like, damn.
But like even when we played that
6
song, we were
people.
just like, oh, I don't care now. I don't care who's here for this. Like we like on top of the world for that moment.
I mean, that's just so insane to me because it doesn't. So that radio, so the one radio has a big push.
Well,
like if you get that like cosign, if you will, like then that's like, oh, this is a legit.
Yeah,
band.
because like they're getting on the Radio 1 like A-list or whatever, like when they play it like several times a day or whatever. It is like the whole country's listening because it's just the one radio station, and then there's 2, 3, like there's obviously different ones, but it's just a national thing. So it's like you can tune in wherever you are in England.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I think and just like playing like different cities is easier, obviously, to get around, and like word spreads a bit faster. And like,
wish it had been like that in comedy.
Yeah.
You know how many times I have to play for 4 people to get somewhere. There's no like radio hit that gets me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can get that equivalent.
Because like Oasis, the same thing, and you guys only had at this time you only had the debut record.
Yeah.
Same
It
thing
came out that year, I think.
and it's like with like Oasis, and obviously I'm a big fan of Oasis, but I don't know too many bands like. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some, and I'm just not thinking of them. Like when I think about out here in the States, that initially hit like that big off of like a debut, debut record. Nirvana didn't even hit that hard off a debut record. I mean, it took their second album, but like for someone to like pop that big off debut. It's
that was. I mean, there was a lot of like right place at right time for us for sure, and like because all of the MySpace shit was just starting, and we didn't have anything to do with any of it, but it was just a coincidence that like one of our friends knew how to do all that, and we didn't. We were like burning CDs and giving away at gigs, and that was like enough for a while. Like eventually we got to a different city, and those people would know the words to a song that we recorded a few weeks ago. And we were like, oh, this is weird. Like
because of the MySpace just had
and then MySpace had like, and then our friend like uploaded them to his own website for a bit.
Yeah,
and he like crashed his website because like you could only have like 3 MP3s or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like people would download them, and he'd like reach his limit, and like obviously none of that shit happens anymore. But and then the MySpace thing, and he's like, oh, I can put my MySpace for you. Yeah,
because you guys started before. What you guys started? When did you guys start? 02? Or like start messing around?
02 probably. First gig I think was 2003.
First gig was like 2003. King Tut's.
No, we did play there though, but our first one in Sheffield was a place called The Grapes.
King Tut's is where Oasis played.
But we did that on like the first tour that we did, because that's like far from Sheffield, like Scotland.
How big is that place?
I don't know. I think it's like 150 people or something.
Oh, really?
It's like a small like pub.
Very intimate.
Yeah.
I also didn't know this about you. I didn't know you were a DJ before.
Oh yeah,
you started
bedroom
drumming.
DJ.
What was it?
Bedroom DJ.
That was your name?
Yeah, like no, I just like played to my brother's friends.
Oh, got it. I thought that was your name, bedroom.
No, that'd
DJ.
be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, just play slow jams.
Yeah.
No, I had like decks, like vinyl, but I used to play like dance music and garage, like UK garage, like not garage rock. But,
oh yeah.
And
what's
that? Like MCs and stuff. Like it's like what sort of preceded grime in a way, like before Skepta and all that. Like,
oh yes,
because it was like faster and it was like for the clubs. But I was like 14 and 13 and like playing this, and like a bit of hip hop as well. Mm-hmm. Just because inevitably you want to like scratch and shit, and you get into that. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, what do I play for this? But that like kind of taught me like just the idea of being in time to stuff, because like you'd have to beat match and play stuff in time.
And that's how you so like, because you're a beast of a drummer.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, I love watching you drum, but like it, finding out that you were DJ first, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Well, I just like got into the idea of like beats in general and like the structure of them. And even though a lot of that music was kind of like the drums themselves are quite similar and like quite like like repetitive, but just the idea of rhythm and like a structure of a song or whatever, and like oh, you play this for a bit and then you change and you play this for a bit, was probably just ingrained in from that.
But because you don't play like basic drum beat. Like your stuff is like very, what's the word I'm looking for, Intricate, is that a word?
That's a good word for it.
Yeah. Bro, fuck everybody. I'm intelligent, dog. I don't care what anyone says, man. Fuck it. I said intricate. But anyway. Who's stopping me? Chappelle's World.
Yeah. Chappelle's Intricate World.
Yeah. No, but so like that actually makes sense, you know, because when people, you know, I know me, I try to dig to like find out why someone is just like so talented with things and how they got there, and like, you know, because I think it's more than like than them just starting it. There had to be like some type of foundation beforehand. Do you give credit to being a DJ?
I think so, yeah. And just because even when I first started playing drums, I'd play along to like rap and hip hop because it was like slow enough to sort of like you could start playing quite quickly to that. Like if you started playing drums and were trying to learn like a Queens of Stone Age song or like something like that, you'd be like kind of scared up. Like I'm never gonna be able to do that.
Yeah,
like, that's fucking terrifying.
So you started okay.
And I just play along to songs I knew or whatever, or that I already had, and that would just get the idea going.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came to doing the intricate stuff, like we decided to be a band before anybody knew what they were gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were just like friends. We were like, you play drums, I'll play guitar. It was like kind of like that. And then so it had to work.
Yeah. You had
it was like okay,
kind of by default, like all right, I'll take the drums.
And then all of us wanted to have like, we didn't know what it was ever going to be, but we all wanted to like have a little moment in a song to like. It wasn't like just a guitar solo. It's like I'll do something fun as well. Yeah, like I don't want to sit back and just keep time.
Yeah.
And I think when at first, like drummers I saw, and I was like, oh shit, I want to play drums. Wasn't like in any band, or it was like Buddy Rich, and he was like a big band like swing drummer who was just like insane, and he was like, it was like his band, like he was the star.
Yeah.
And I never like got that idea that like, oh, this can be like the drummer's band. And even though that's not that for us, I just wanted like a bit of that.
I mean, you guys all shine really well as a band. You know what I mean? Like there's not too many bands that can like do that. Like even when you think of like Oasis.
Yeah.
Know,
well,
like,
then and not to even like knock the other. No, that's like exactly what it needs to be for them, and it's perfect.
Yes, and it works out so perfect.
And they have to be good at that because like holding back is hard as well, and like the more we've gone on in later records, it is less intricate, but sometimes that's more difficult as well, like knowing when not to do something wild. Because like I've got to the point now, like that first record we did, I was like playing basically everything I could. I like using all my tricks.
Yeah, you're just like,
I was like, this is as fast as I can do this. This is like the best trick I can do.
Yeah.
Let's just put it all on there because like, who knows what's going to happen next. And then now it's like, some of that stuff's easier and like, I could do more, but like the holding back bit is like the challenge. And like, doing what's best for the song, because sometimes you're like, well, I'm just going to be in the way of this thing. And it's just like, it sounds like a bit like a cartoon.
But you even play around with like singing too.
Yeah.
Like you'll sing a lot.
Yeah,
and drum it and like drum some of the craziest shit at the same time. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like how Josh Homme, he can play some of the craziest shit and sing
I don't get
to it at the same time. And I go, there's no fucking way.
I mean, I can't like play guitar anyway, but I just looking at, but knowing what that takes, even like you're doing a different rhythm with your fingers to what you're saying and singing. I'm just like,
I was watching an interview of him talk about it, like because someone had asked him about it. He said all he does is he goes, I just tap my foot to like help keep it there. And I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I'll go and try it then.
Yeah, I know. And I did try it. But I'm no success at it. And like for me, I like if there's one thing I hear whenever I listen to music, it's the drums.
Yeah,
but I'm not a drummer. I don't know how to play. I can play one beat.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if you've seen it yet. Go to my Instagram.
I haven't been
and I want you to judge this. Right. I want you to judge it fairly. And I'm actually a little nervous.
When I first started playing drums, I didn't even know what each drum was called. Like it's.
Oh, you know,
I'd paid attention to it when I listened to songs. Obviously, I'd be like, oh, that's. But I have no concept of what somebody was doing, like with their hands or their feet, like which.
You kind of were just like,
yeah.
But see, that's probably a beautiful thing.
It was good, and I think like being self-taught in that way was important at that point, because like I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, so I don't know what I'm not supposed to do either.
Did you just practice for hours, like when you guys first started?
Well, the weird thing is we only ever practiced I mean, me personally, I only practiced when we were practicing as a band because I didn't have drums in my house. I kept them like where we practiced, and that was like at Alex's house because he had a garage and I didn't. So
yeah. Oh, got it.
So this
is
where we practice.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have access to the drums other than that, which is bad now because now it just means I'm late. Like I never practice on my own. I always only practice if I'm playing with people or like because it's just like boring on your own. It's like
I would imagine
just playing
so.
drums
Like
for an
just
hour is like unless you can play along stuff and that's fun. But so we all learned at the same pace as well. Like we were all sort of like at the same ability. Like now I can do this. It's like okay we can get to the end of this song.
I'm excited to show you this. Open the hi-hat.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. I mean, great.
It's all freestyle.
Great. And it looks like you've done it before. It's not like people can't just do that.
Wait till you see that this last fill though. That's what I really want you to judge. Yeah. Not that one.
It looks like you're making a music video as well.
Well, it does.
It's like white background. It's like hold up.
Here it goes.
Yeah.
How was that?
That don't look like you don't know how to play drums. Great. I mean, I couldn't have done that. Like, you knew it was good. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I was a little shaky on it. I was gripping my my handles here to see what's up. No, it's good. And I love the drums, but I just obviously, just could never get a hold of it. Like the guitar was just easy to get a hold of.
Yeah, I think I just had the opposite problem. I mean, I think I'd been put off by like when I was a kid, like being like, oh, learn the piano and have like keyboard lessons or do that stuff at school, and it's like I just never wanted to practice. And that seems to be the problem. I just don't want to practice. But, and the drums was like fun to play because it was like physical, and it was just like this is like a good like outlet, like a good fun thing. And you kind of get a grasp of it quickly as well. Like you can quickly do something that's like fun and impressive. Like that is like a fun thing to do.
What I just did there.
Yeah, even if you can't do anything else, it's like that's like.
You guys hear that?
You could. I mean, you could show someone that and be like, he plays drums. Like he wouldn't. Like,
oh really?
Yeah.
No one would like.
It's not sloppy and like some of the people when they first sit down and play drums, if they've never done it before, it's like really obvious.
That's all I know though.
Yeah. But like that's fine.
Like if you ask me to like.
Yeah.
With that, I get. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
So like going back to like you, like DJing and like the beats and stuff like that. Did you connect with any of like the hip hop like out here in the States?
Yeah, well, the funny thing, like there was like some like UK stuff that we used to listen to when we were at school, and then all the like stuff that made it over to England at that time without digging too deep or having access to it was obviously like Dre and Eminem and everything like that, and like Fugees was like a big thing for some reason. I don't know if it was just like amongst our friends.
Oh, you discovered the good stuff.
And that was like good because that is like musicians playing and well produced stuff and like so we were like me and the singer in the band we were like into that, and it got to a point when we were like we're gonna have like we're not gonna be rappers, so like but we like music and we want to make music, so like then it influenced it in a way like how we made music. I think not like the style of it or anything, but just I think being a focus on beats and being like and lyrics obviously. So I think it definitely influences in that way. But we were like, it's definitely gonna need to be rock music.
Yeah,
and it can't be like Limp Bizkit.
Exactly,
because like you're in a danger. Then, like, let's try and mix these two things together.
Because that I always think about it like when people start to make music, like people are like, oh, I want to do what they're doing. It's like, but they're already doing that.
Yeah,
and it seems like you guys. I mean, when you think of what like. 2006 was when the debut record dropped.
I think so.
Like, that's a different sound. Like, obviously you could tell, certain inspirations and stuff like that. But like, it feels like it's its own thing, and it feels refreshing.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's why, like, you guys just hit that big because it was like a refreshing thing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm bringing it up again, but like Oasis was like a refreshing.
Yeah. So, I was the same. I just grew up listening to Oasis, so I can talk about it all day.
All right, let me try a different one. Who else I got on this wall? The Jackson 5. It was just a new sound.
Yeah, exactly.
I got this. All right, I won't reference Oasis every fucking time on this shit. Who else is on this fucking wall? But okay, Nirvana.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's like because there's kind of like a fine line between because like you can go out of your way to do something original that no one's heard before, but it might just be shit. Like it might just be like unaccessible, and people like it's too like far in that direction. So it is like weird that we managed to make like popular music that was like that.
Yeah.
Like and I think that's kind of like it's like doing like writing a good pop song that's like good. Yeah. Is like I mean that's like.
But also the authenticity.
That's what I mean. I think that is the difference. It has to be that. You can't just like walk in and like, I'm going to write this good pop song.
Yeah.
It's only pop because it's popular. Like, I mean, but it's not. Yeah. It's all that. It's like about stuff we were doing and it's like rough around the edges because we could only play to that ability and, you know, our abilities were like limited.
So like growing up in Sheffield, is that kind of just like working class?
Yeah. It's like Manchester where Oasis are from.
Yeah.
It's
damn it.
Oh, it is. It's like 40 minutes away. It's like the same thing. Yeah, it's like an industrial. It's like where
you're
steel's
40 minutes from Manchester?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's where we go to watch shows because Sheffield's like a smaller city, but Sheffield's it's a working class city. It's like where stainless steel comes from.
Yeah.
Like,
so you and then also there's that like probably gets people like excited. It's like, oh, these dudes come from like where I come from.
It's a weird thing because for years, like until I saw like our friends playing in like local bands, I didn't realize that's something that people did from where we were from. Mm-hmm. Like you just see bands on TV and you just think it just happened. You like even like Oasis because I didn't know the story at the time when I was a kid. Like now you can like look everything up obviously, but like then you just get the CD and you're like, this is cool.
That's like me with comedy. Like I thought it was like because I only knew like Dave Chappelle's Killing Them Softly, and like Kings of Comedy and stuff like that. But I didn't know them for stand up. Like, I knew them for their act, like the stuff that I saw them in on TV. And I was like, oh, that's meant for. Yeah, that's who that's meant for. That's not meant for.
And even getting older and just been like, oh, this is like something that happens in London. Like we're gonna have to go to London to make it as a band, or like, and it just the idea of it like being us from this thing. You're like, well, why would it be like no one's gonna see us or notice it?
Yeah.
But then we were just determined to do it that way and not like, we're not moving to London. We don't need to do that. Like, we need to stay up here, like where everyone's normal.
Oh, you guys wanted to keep it that way.
Or tried to,
Did like when did you start to feel the like, oh, this is starting to hit like in more places outside of?
I think like the first time we played somewhere else outside of Sheffield and like people were singing the songs. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I remember like that feeling of being like, like how the fuck do they know the words to this song? And it was just the like internet thing that like it spread enough for like 60 people to know it, and that was massive. Then it was just like, oh shit, like how do they know this song? Like it's not anywhere. Like we only like wrote it to.
It's not out there like that. So how
and it was just the internet thing, and like the CDs were getting passed around at least because we used to give them away for free, and like we'd make the artwork for them and just like burn as many as we could like afford to burn, and like give them away. And then people were passing them around at like, I don't know, school and college and stuff, I suppose. Wow. Before they got on to like whatever his website was.
So that Reading set, that was like one of your earlier big sets. After that, like following up from that, like how quick did you guys get over to the States after that?
I think it's funny because now I live around the corner from where we first did our first LA show, like Spaceland. So
Spaceland. I don't think
now it's not then. And then it changed its name to Satellite, and then I think it closed like last year.
Oh, it's not a place
anymore. It's gonna be
anymore.
Like a restaurant now or something.
Oh,
but we must have first come to America probably this year because it was with Andy, who was like our first bass player. So he came first time he came to America, and we just did like New York, San Francisco. We did like New York, Boston. Then we came over and did like San Francisco, LA. I think we only did like each side. Yeah, a couple of shows, but we knew it was wild by the time we'd done that because the New York show we were supposed to do 2 at like the Mercury Lounge, which is like a cool like smaller venue, and then the second one got upgraded to like Bowery Ballroom, which was like that's like a proper we were like that's like a proper place to play. And that was like a bit mad. And then we came here and did Spaceland, which was quite small, but like some like cool people were there, and we were like, oh shit, like some people know about us here.
How was the initial response?
It was good. It was like, because like
you didn't expect it,
anything like that was exciting. I was like, I don't care if like 4 people are here, like we're playing in LA or like whatever it is. We're playing in New York, like it's mad. And it was a good response from what I remember. And it was just, that was weird because we were still underage and we weren't allowed to like, the LA one especially, they wouldn't let us in until like 30 minutes before we were playing. They're like, no booze in your dressing room. We were like, but we were already allowed to drink where we're from. Like, you can trust us. Like, we'll be fine. And like, but they were, you weren't allowed
That's
in.
Funny.
Because they were 21
we're allowed
venue.
to drink. What are you
it's like, can't we just base it on
There's
like
age
ability?
restrictions?
Yeah. And we had fake IDs, so we went somewhere else to drink and then went and played. Because like,
you guys had the fake ID?
Yeah, this weird card that was like, it's called European Identity Card, which is not a real thing. but it looks like an English driving license a little bit, but it's got like.
And us silly Americans fell for it, huh?
Some
you guys got us.
Some show, like all the promoters knew how old we really were, though, so they were like not willing to lose the license or whatever. But New York was fine, Boston was fine. It's just the LA one. They were like, we can't let you in until just before you play. And it was like what? Like, but the gig itself was great. We just like went somewhere else.
That's crazy. I can't wait to get over to England.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be like.
Have you never been at all?
No.
So you've got like
never.
A few things to tick off.
I'm actually nope, not bringing it up. Not bringing it up.
Got a pilgrimage to
Knebworth. Yeah.
For Knebworth, yeah.
How'd you know?
I just knew you would when I got there. It's a big announcement. It's like, yeah.
How'd you know?
It's just like,
as soon as I saw that announcement, I was like, oh, and I signed up for like the pre-sale and all that stuff, which is like, oh, if you buy a CD,
then you can do it again. Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's all good. Whatever.
That'd be good. Yeah. What's that next summer?
Next summer, June 4th.
No.
Liam Gallagher. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I'm such a nerd for that damn band. It's ridiculous. I got to find a new Vice. Actually, Queens of the Stone Age is like up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're you know what, like I feel like they're one of those bands too, just like you guys, as far as like the consistency, like with each album and really good at making each album sound.
Yeah, they always do something
so
interesting
different
every time.
Because you know, like for musicians, you know, like I've never made an album or anything like that, but I know, like just being a fan, like people, you try anything different, and they're like, oh, I don't like that. You know,
I think we kind of had to do that early to make sure everyone knew that that's what we were going to do. And that's what I mean by like following up the first record quite quickly was important. And that wasn't that mad compared to the first one. Then the third one is the one we did with Josh. That was a bit like, oh, they went and recorded in America. They went to desert, and now they're different all of a sudden. And they've gone like weird and
stuff. Oh, there was flack for that?
Yeah. And that kind of like sorted everybody out. Like, okay, who's really with us and who's not. And now we can do what we want. Like, now we can do whatever. Because it worked out for us, obviously. Like, people would come up to us and be like, that record's called Humbug. And people would come up to us and be like, I actually like Humbug. Like a backhanded compliment. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
People
actually like that.
These fans and their fucking compliments when you talk to them.
They have a good way of doing it.
You're like, you're actually funny. Like I didn't the thing that people say to me, like, oh man, for a big guy, you're funny. Like for a guy with muscles, dude, it's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I was like, I'm not gonna work out anymore.
What happens in their mind to think that would
they're like, damn. Oh, you're not as tall as I thought you were. You're a lot smaller. What? Fucking eat a dick. Get out of my face. Can I say eat a dick on here? Oh, okay.
Fuck everyone.
Hey, Spells World.
Can I say eat a dick? That's good. Do what you want. It's your will.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Chappelle's World. Sorry, I'm so aggressive. I don't mean to be aggressive to everybody, but
that's what they're going for.
What all do you listen to? Because if I were to try to hang out with you, like you know, and sit down with you, I'd be like, I don't think I can get a grip on what this guy listens to.
I know it's kind of all over the place, and I've got a 6-year-old daughter, so it's like fucking Olivia Rodrigo and Dua Lipa at the moment.
Oh,
but I don't mind it. Like, you know, I don't mind a good pop song.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I struggle like with new. Like there's nothing like that new that I recommend anymore. I'm just like I can't keep up, and then there's some like a couple of English bands that I've like listened to recently that are great. There's a band
newer.
Yeah, like
you got to tell me.
A record just came out. This band called the Lathams from like north somewhere, like Wigan, I think, which is like a place sort of between Manchester and Liverpool. and they just went to #1 in England. Their first record.
And they're called what?
The Lathams.
The Lathams.
I've never heard them say it, so I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's what I would say.
Or Lathams.
Yeah, no, I like read it
Latham.
as that, but I'm trying to think. Like they're from a similar place to me, so I'm confident that I'm saying it right.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and then there's this band called She Drew the Gun from Liverpool that I just did a remix for. That's like, they're cool. And,
Yeah.
But like like with new music and stuff, and that's kind of just like in the rock world, like the indie thing. But I still listen to like everything, like rap, rock, like whatever I'm like feeling like at the time. And like there's nothing I like
that just hits you.
I mean, kind of, and like being on tour is good because like you get everybody's, like when we're in the dressing room or whatever before we go on, like everyone's got something else that they're into at that moment, and that's how you like
kind of just discover more.
But we like new stuff. I'm just like, I don't know, it's like I'm not dedicated enough to seek it. Exactly, I just got that overwhelmed now. Like it used to be like easier.
Yeah,
like, you go to a record shop or whatever, and I'm not like anti fucking Spotify or anything like that. Like I'd use it all the time. Yeah, but it's just harder to like discover something new.
You kind of just stay.
Kind of like revisiting old stuff and like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll definitely like when everyone recommends stuff. I'm always like interested to see what it's about.
Have you heard of this guy named Sir? Out of Inglewood.
I think I have. Yeah.
He's got like dreads.
Yeah.
Casey, will you pull up this guy, Sir? He's like SIR. That guy.
Oh yeah.
He's great.
Cool.
Great production too.
Yeah.
Which like I know you love the production world.
Yeah.
Have you produced?
Yeah. I mean, I'm like making stuff all the time for no particular reason.
Yeah, you just like, do it.
Yeah, I've got like a studio at home that I just like with a lot of like synthesizers and drum machines, which is like another way of switching off from like
you're making beats and stuff.
Yeah, all the time.
Bro, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I would love to hear it.
Someday people will. I just like it's just
you're just creating.
Yeah, and like it's fun. And I like give stuff to people. Like it gets out there every now and again. It's just not. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Like so, I'm just doing it for like.
That's I mean, that's how the best stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean. Like I never wanted it to be like I'm making a solo record. I'm making a thing because I'm like I don't know. It's a big commitment to say it and then you've got to actually do it.
I listened to this cover you did years ago from the Night Tales.
Oh yeah.
You did a cover of
what do you call it?
Living Joy.
Yeah, Living Joy. I'm a dreamer.
Dreamer.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of Living Joy.
Yeah.
And so like you like that's the thing with me with music. Like if I hear something like that or see something like that, it's like, oh man, Hellers did this, and it's like, oh, it's a cover of this band, and then I take a deep dive on this band, and I find out that they're from Italy, and they're brothers,
right?
Named Gianni and Paolo.
So you know more about them than I do.
Oh, right?
No? Yeah, ta-da.
Yep, I'm not kidding you. Christian Meatball, his last name is Paolo, and his brother's name's Gianni.
Oh, well, there you go.
You see, that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
When it comes to like music and shit,
yeah.
I just go pull up
Living Joy.
Living Joy.
I think they dropped the G, didn't they, to be
Living Joy.
I mean, probably.
And but the song you did, Dreamer,
it's like the original.
You had a different singer.
Yeah, this girl from
Sheffield do the female vocals.
Yeah, I didn't think I could pull it off.
But yeah, they didn't even have that long of a career.
That was like it
was like 94 to like 99. See, dude, this is what I fucking
yeah. Just get it all up there.
This is the kind of shit that I do all day. I knew your jumpsuit.
I mean, to retain that, yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, but that's how. But like I love that kind of like information. You know, just. It is
like, I mean, we used to do that with like bands we liked that were around at the time. You'd be like, what did they listen to or what were they influenced by? And then you just, and that like, it's a good way of doing it. And now that you, obviously all that shit's even easier to do.
Yeah. There's just so much out there. Are you big into electronic?
Like, yeah, a little bit. Like, I mean, I don't like keep up with like who's who or anything. I just,
or
it just happens to be what I make. Like, and it's more like a lot of it sounds like soundtrack stuff like John Carpenter, like Halloween, they like the spooky shit.
Oh, okay.
I quite like making that because all them machines just like I like using them that way.
It's so universal. You could do like literally whatever the fuck you want. I never touched too big into electronic. Yeah. As far as I went was Daft Punk.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably as far as I went. And then, but nowadays there's stuff that I hear that I think are like, I don't even know if I would consider electronic, because he does Tame Impala.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah, I mean, that would be more like definitely like uses the tools that they use as well. Like
but he'll also like he'll play the drums.
Yeah, he's good.
And he'll play the bass with stuff like he won't use all machines.
No, and he'll like process the drums to sound like a machine as well sometimes. And
there's
certain drum machines that he's in. Well, just the sound of them, which is amazing thing to do because it's like what the drum machines were trying to do anyway. Mm-hmm. Like the older drum, like the Linn drum. And there's a machine that he uses that I've got that like is kind of like Prince would use it and stuff. And it was supposed to sound like real drums.
Yeah.
And then he can like play real drums and also make it sound a bit like that machine. So it's like the human part of it's there, but the sound the sound of it is like more interesting sometimes.
And is that like, not saying you're doing like creating exactly what he's creating, but is that like, is that a similar process as to what you're
No, doing? I like can't do that. Like what he does is amazing. And like it's like one thing or other, like I can never blend them. I'm either like playing in a band with instruments or I'm just it's all machines.
All machines.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. You haven't.
It just seems to be like my way of like switching them.
I bet you will though.
I've like dabbled a little bit in that, but it's also I've only ever done that when I'm like recording when someone else is there. Like all the machine stuff is just me with the machines, and that's like I like that. When it comes to drums, it's almost like setting it all up and microphones and like having somebody who knows what they're doing.
So yeah, it seems like you've always just had a like solid foundation for music, and then being able to grow with it and all this stuff. Do you remember the first song or like sound from a song or anything that you heard that made you say yes to music and just like, oh, this is a dope thing?
Well, funnily enough, it probably was Oasis because, but less. But like, it was less about for me. That element was more about like the live, like playing in a band live. Like that was like what made me want to. Okay. And it probably came hand in hand because it would have been like the guitar solo on Champagne Supernova or something. I used to like listen to that as a kid and be like, wow, that's like cool. And it didn't make me want to play guitar necessarily, but. And then I'd watch There and Then live like every day after school. Like my brother had it on VHS.
Yeah,
I've got an older brother, and he was like got me into it all. And he had it on VHS like live at Main Road, or I think it was. And almost every day after school, I'd watch it, and I'd be like, "Oh, fuck! I wonder what that feels like."
And you just like.
And I never wanted to be a lead singer either, but I'd look at Liam Gallagher and be like, "This is amazing! Like, I wonder what that's like." Mm-hmm. But I was like, I don't think it's not necessarily me, but like I kind of want.
But
that
you want something in that area.
Yeah.
Oh.
Around that time, it would have been like that and Pulp and Blur and like all the like Britpop shit that was happening. But I was just like young, like too young to understand it all in a way, like what was going on. But I don't like my older brother would just be like, "Oh, you should listen to this or try this thing," and like, and his friends and stuff.
Does he play any music?
No, brother? He could not at all.
Oh,
not a chance.
He's just like
the complete opposite of that. Like he was always into that stuff, but he's just I don't think he could.
But he was always into music.
Yeah.
So that had to be crazy for him to watch his brother. All of a sudden just be like,
fuck? Like come and watch us live, like doing the stuff that the bands he was listening to
were doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. You guys played Royal Albert Hall in 2018.
Yeah,
and then dropped a live.
Yeah, and then we brought that out like a bit after because it was for like a charity thing. It was like
I'm gonna tell you something. There's not too many bands that could pull off a live album.
I know, and I never thought we would either.
Tough.
Yeah,
but like I feel like you guys did, like as a band, because you have to be so tight.
Yeah,
as a band, as far as like
Yeah, and it is because all them mistakes live forever as well. Once you put it out, it's like
what'd you say?
I'll live forever. Call that one. But
we're not meaning to do this. There's no script.
Just an Oasis
it podcast. Just happened that he said live forever.
But they do.
That's so funny. Gosh.
Yeah, you'll have to have like a button that you press every time you reference Oasis.
Yeah, I need like a shock collar. That's what I need. So anytime I say anything about Oasis, just
yeah.
They're not the only band, Chappelle. But yeah,
but that is the difficult thing about doing that, because like I don't know if we knew we were going to do it when we recorded. I think because we record like every show basically as well.
Oh, you do?
Like just to have and like in case.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just so easy to do now. Like
it's for like audio or just
just
both?
audio. Yeah, just audio.
Whoa.
Because also like you can kind of cheat when you do a sound. You don't have to sound check anymore. Like the next day, like you can play last night's show through the speakers.
Yeah.
And make sure the room sounds good, and we can like stay in bed.
Oh.
So that's good for that. I mean, festivals you don't get to sound check anyway, so like it's good for the sound guy.
Yeah.
Because he can just like play yesterday's gig and sound what it's going to sound like, hear what it's going to sound like in that place.
Mm-hmm.
So he records everything. So I don't know if we knew at the time it was going to become a live record, because that would be a bit pressure. Then you like every mistake you make, you're like fuck.
Oh, so you guys just naturally.
So I think we just play it. Yeah, we just did the show because. Yeah, I think it would have been like harder if we'd have known.
Yeah, and
like,
takes away that pressure.
Because I suppose like comedy, when you get a few attempts, if you're going to do a special, like from what I understand,
with comedy,
you, you
don't want to film just one show. Like you kind of want to do like multiple. I think the most that people do is just like 2 nights.
Yeah,
they'll do
just like wear the same shit.
Two shows one night,
and then chop it together.
Yeah, and then one of my favorites actually played Royal Albert, Bill Burr.
Oh yeah,
he did his last special.
Yeah,
he did his last special there.
That.
But yeah, comedy is a little bit. I haven't done anything of that nature.
Right.
Yeah, but eventually, hopefully, get to that.
Then you can't like if there's a.
You still haven't seen me live yet, huh?
No. We'll get out there.
What if I just suck? He's like, oh God, I've been doing this guy's podcast, and he's fucking terrible.
He's like, is this the same?
Is this real shit? Yeah, God damn.
Yeah, put my name next to this.
Yeah. My pal, Matt Elders, everybody. This is my guy, huh?
Yeah, he vouches for me.
Hey, I'm gonna bring you up on stage. Come on. After just tanking. Come on, hey, he's in the crowd. Bring him up. Come on.
Come on and vouch.
I know. Yeah, one day. I know we keep trying, but our schedules are so fucking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm around for a bit now. But yeah.
Oh yeah, you're here for a bit.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna start like touring or?
No, I don't think we'll do anything. I mean, nothing this year.
Nothing this year, yeah. But it's kind of just fucking because everything's so unpredictable, especially for bands.
Yeah, you don't like commit to something and then not be able to do it. And I don't know.
Because it's been funny watching. Not funny. I didn't mean funny. Don't give me canceled.
Funny peculiar.
No, it's been wild watching bands because they'll go on these tours and then all of a sudden one of the members got COVID.
Yeah.
And so they have to stop the tour. You know what I mean? So it's like a consistency.
It could be anything. It could be like anyone in your crew. It could be any like
anybody.
Guitar
anybody.
Tech. It could be somebody, and then you can't really.
Especially if you're rolling. Yeah, because you guys roll with crews where it's like comedy is kind of just.
You can like keep your bubble going on.
Yeah, and it's just
not tell anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
What? Just took some NyQuil. I'm good. I'm fine. Who cares? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I watch some bands do it. I go, I mean, it sucks because people got the itch and they want to get out there and it's
Well, even
it's
at
tough.
the point because if we do a tour, it's like we're gonna go everywhere.
Yeah,
and like
you
there's
guys
still
tour.
different rules in different countries at the moment.
Yeah.
Like where we couldn't go. Like English people coming here is difficult at the moment. Like it won't be able to freely move around anyway. So it's like you can't really plan a full.
Oh yeah,
thing.
most of your band's still in
They're all
England.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like what we
gotta do.
Yeah.
Do a cruise.
Do a cruise. That's how COVID
Get
started.
Stuck on that. Exactly. Yeah. Fuck.
It started on a fucking cruise. Didn't it? Right?
Yeah, that was that boat. What was it called? No, not Diamond.
First of all, who fucking fucks with cruises like that?
I want to do it anyway.
Oh, fuck that, dude. But real talk, I do want to hear your stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
You're nervous to show me, huh?
No, I don't know. When I watch you live, you can come and.
Oh yeah. And we both are just terrible.
Like, should we just do podcasts from now on?
Yeah. That's how it is. We should just keep everything separated. We only know each other for this right here.
It's like, shit, have I got to be honest with you now?
Yeah, it is pretty wild that you haven't seen me yet.
Yeah,
because he's just like, we just been kicking it.
Yeah,
but also the way.
I mean, it's the timing of everything as well. Like, I haven't been to watch anything.
Yeah,
like, really,
what the fuck? Like, wait, have you been in any comedy shows since? Within recent?
No, I haven't been recently.
No.
Not that I don't want to either. I'm just like for whatever reason.
Oh shit! Almost knocked it over. Yeah. You can come when I do Royal Albert Hall.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, the one I want to do, it's in Manchester. Yeah. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
What, to do a show
do a show at?
What, like the Ritz?
No.
Which one?
The Apollo.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
You played there?
Yeah, we did it. We filmed that one. That was a live one.
You did?
At the Apollo thing, yeah. That was a long time. That was like years ago as well. We like shot it all on film and like tried to be really cool about it. It was good.
It was?
But like it was, yeah, it's like,
pull that up.
I think it's Arctic Monkeys at the Apollo. Like you would call it that.
Yeah, Arctic Monkeys at the Apollo.
Or live at the Apollo, I don't know.
Live at the Apollo.
But it was like it came out in cinemas and shit. Like, you know.
Really?
We went for it. Only in England, probably.
Oh.
Because like now it's on
YouTube. I would have been front row.
Yeah, but this is probably like, when is it? 2007.
Is that a WAP film production?
Warp.
Oh, Warp, sorry.
We were ahead of its time with that. Yeah. So it was, yeah.
Oh, this is dope. And that was 2007?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, you guys, man, you guys were doing
it. A while.
This guy's acting like he's in his fucking 60s.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to retire. I'm like, look at that kid.
Oh, damn, look at you.
21-year-old.
Yo, what was that thing you showed me? It was like a comedy thing that you were in. Were you teaching this comedian does like this?
Yeah. Fuck, what was it called? They made it felt like a mockumentary about that was about like a rapper, I think. And a old, and like a
but he was a rapper
like
that was...
A roadie and a rapper.
What was it called?
Scorsese was the rapper who's called Scorsese. But
his name was Scorsese?
Yeah, like spelled differently, but like I forget what the well, he's called LeDunk.
LeDunk?
That's what I think the film was called.
Yeah, and he wanted you to teach you.
He was like a character.
He wanted you to teach him that drum part.
Yeah, the same people who shot the Warp. In fact, they make movies. They made that movie, and they came to a sound check to just shoot it. And it was like last minute. It was like, can you just like play along?
Do something funny.
Like, yeah, because he was in character obviously, and I was just like
British comedy, fucking hilarious.
I mean, it's good.
It's very it's very just like so subtle.
Yeah,
like dry, but like it hits so hard.
Yeah, it's funny. I like it.
Who did I just start following? Someone's gonna kick my ass. He's been in those Shaun of the Dead movies. Alan Partridge.
Oh yeah, Steve Coogan.
Is he in that?
I don't know.
Is he in Shaun of the Dead?
No, I don't think so. Because he'd be like the main guy if he was.
Oh.
Because the actor's called
Never mind,
Steve
I fucked it up. Maybe I've never seen Shaun of the Dead.
In it, so there are a lot of people in it who would be main.
Yeah, see, I've never seen...
You're right, though. It could be like a little zombie cameo.
I fucked up. I have seen Shaun of the Dead, but I just got my characters wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Hey, this Chappelle's World. Fuck everybody. You right? Whenever I fuck up, just realize it's that. Wait, did you go to comedy shows out back home too, or
I've been to that.
Is that like a? I don't. I just don't know
much of it. There's not much of it in my hometown. Like people come through a touring and they'll play like the city or like the nice theater there. But I didn't see any, like nobody from over here. I don't think. I'm like seeing like English comedians there.
Yeah,
and
I just don't know what it's like, or I just haven't.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, because Oh yeah, but I mean, you got Ricky Gervais.
Exactly. Yeah. All of that stuff is like.
Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, exactly.
Love Jimmy Carr.
It's good. I think I did see him actually once.
You saw Jimmy Carr?
I saw Ricky Gervais once.
Oh, you saw him live?
Yeah.
At the O2 Apollo, or no, it's not called O2.
Actually. It might have been then. It just depends who it's sponsored by. Yeah. This has nothing to do with anything we've been talking about. But you know how people say time flies when you're having fun?
Yeah.
I once met Kermit the Frog, like for real Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
He was on like the same show as us, but he came
Kermit the Frog?
Yeah, and now it's like his son who does it, like Jim Henson's son, I think.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So like you see the guy obviously, because like I don't know how they're gonna keep that up, but like he came into our dress. He's like, Kermit wants to meet you, and I was like, we don't have to. Like I know what's going on, and like, and then But he came in like the guy with Kermit.
Yeah.
Into the dressing room, and he's like, time's fun when you're having flies. Because like, because frogs eat flies. I was like, oh shit, wow.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I was like, great.
Did he came in with?
Yeah, like he's just.
No,
I don't know who to look at. Like, yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. Because then he had to be ready, I think, because we were about to go on.
Why?
But then on the show, like you're in like it's like an English chat show, and he's obviously like I feel like I'm ruining it for anybody that doesn't know how puppets work. He was like laid behind the couch and like with Kermit like sat next to us on the couch. Like I was just like, this is fucking weird.
And he just fucking was like,
yeah, just being Kermit. Miss Piggy was there too.
Miss Piggy was there too.
Yeah.
Why?
Don't know. I don't know I don't know why they'd be guests on a show. I mean, they must have had a new thing coming out.
Oh, you were playing like a.
So we were like the musical guests on a chat show.
Oh,
but then you all sit
that's
together.
what you're saying. Okay,
you all sit together before you go out there.
And like what would be like Conan here? Like if Conan had.
It'd be like and in this particular show they have like a green room set up where it's like, but you're on camera. Yeah. So you and all the guests are sat.
And then you're just like
they cut to you sometimes to like laugh at what's going on the show. It's like me and Kermit. Yeah.
Is that the biggest celebrity you met?
Might be actually, yeah. It's the one that everybody knows.
Well, Matt Helders, this was fucking amazing. I always love talking to you, dude.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah,
honored to be the first one.
Yeah, hopefully, first time you see me do comedy, I hope it's like a great night. You know what I mean? Like, I'll make sure it's a great one that I invite you to. I'm going to be very specific. That's why I haven't invited you.
Yeah, you're waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the right moment.
Just treat it like a special. Just do 2.
Yeah,
I'll come to it and I'll just pick the best.
Like, no, you got to. Yeah, you got to see the second one. Yeah. That one's even worse. You're like, maybe you just don't have it, man. Maybe you should. You started an Oasis cover band. Yeah, I said I had to end it with another Oasis reference. Matt Helders, everybody, thank you for coming to sit with me, dude. And hopefully, we can do this again, man. Absolutely. I always love talking to you.